let's quickly move swiftly to some issues of politics, of course, that is happening in the National Assembly. So many events happen today in the National Assembly, especially and the Senate, and that gets us talking. But the one we will talk about particularly is that of Senator Omo-Agege. Well, you remember it was a senator who moved from the Labour Party from Delta State to the APC in February, when the National Assembly Conference Committee on Electoral Act adopted a reordered sequence of the 2019 general elections, making presidential election last. Some senators were aggrieved. They stormed out of the session. Of all those who spoke, Senator Omo-Agege's voice and point got to the Senate. Listen to what he said.
I can tell you here today that we have 59 senators who are opposed to the inclusion of this Section 25 to the Electoral Act. 59 senators. You can take that to the bank. If that division was allowed today, 59 senators here would have voted to delete that purported amendment to Section 25 of the Electoral Act. Now, let me tell you why some of us are doing this. I come from Delta State. I didn't win my election on the platform of APC. I didn't need to run with Mr. President to win my elections. But what is fair is fair. You don't make a law targeted to one person. The perception out there is that this Section 25 was included to target Mr. President.
Senator Dino Melaye of Kogi State raised a concern about what the senator said at that press conference. He said the integrity of the Senate was at stake and raised a motion for the matter to be investigated by the Ethics and the Privileges Committee. Let me remind you that Senator Omo-Agege is a member of that Ethics and Privileges Committee. If you like, you can call it the disciplinary department of the Nigerian Senate or the National Assembly. For barely 24 hours after the Senate gave the committee a go-ahead, Senator Omo-Agege apologized. But after his apology, he instituted a legal action against the senator. Listen to his apology.
Mr. President, there were certain remarks that I made in the course of that press interview, which remarks my attention has been drawn to. It's offensive. Not just to Senator Dino Melaye, but indeed to the entire Senate. Mr. President, I rise today to apologize to the leadership and the entire Senate for that remark. Indeed, Mr. President, I take it back. Thank you, Mr. President.
So that was his apology. Well, it looked like it was sober at the moment, but after then he went to court, but his colleagues do not look like they're forgiving him. Today, the Senate suspended Senator Omo-Agege for 90 legislative days over remarks he made at that news conference. The Committee on Ethics says the suspension of Senator Omo-Agege is also to serve as a deterrent to other senators who might contemplate taking the Senate to court over his power to regulate or determine his internal matters. Well, that's what gets us talking tonight on the program. So, Mr. Gibson Akure, since joining us, is a legal practitioner, and together tonight, alongside Honorable Wesley Dawson, who himself also has experienced some kind of discipline from his colleagues when he was in the National Assembly. We'll be bringing perspective to all of these matters. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your time on the program.
Thank you.
Honorable Wesley Dawson, did you see this coming?
Well, if you remember the very day that he made that statement, we were on air here, and I did give him a free piece of advice, and I said, look, you need to go around your colleagues, apologize quickly, and do not try to make it too legalistic, because this is a political decision. And I think he took the hint. But in doing that, he didn't bake the cake properly. For example, you made an apology on the floor of the Senate, and then, of course, you went to court And then you were invited to attend the privileges committee, the ethics committee session. You came there and served them with court processes. And at that time, your colleagues had made up their mind to use the long and huge whip on
They
you.
gave him, initially the committee proposed a 181 days of legislative days. So legislative days is different from the normal days.
Yes.
So holidays, weekends, and minors is on the sitting days as Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
Yes, and so that would mean it's a longer sentence.
It's not coming automatically. Politically speaking, it's not returning until the end of the Senate.
Until about March, April 2019.
And that's going to be during the election.
Yeah, that will be coming during the election, and that's politically making him irrelevant, and then he won't have enough opportunity to acquire more credit on the floor of the Senate.
So they've sent him home before the usual time.
Yeah, definitely.
Mr. Akure, you're a lawyer here. Was it commonsensical, legally speaking, or politically speaking now, for Senator Omo-Agege to go on the floor, apologize, then go back and go to court? Was that a right move for him?
Yes. There is nothing wrong in apologizing. He apologized to assuage the feelings of those who felt offended by his statement. But there are facts that are at the disposal of Senator Omo-Agege, which you and I do not know. The man couldn't have gone to court without there being a reason. So his going to court means that he saw sufficient reasons to institute that action.
What were his reasons?
First, as a Nigerian, the fact that you are elected as a senator or a legislator does not detract from your constitutional right. Every Nigerian has a right to take legal steps to protect his right from being abridged.
All right.
Or taken
So,
away from him.
Mr. Akure, we need to go on a break. So, but when we come back, he's a lawyer, and his experience as a former lawmaker is going to give us some insight into whether or not he's been fairly treated today. They may have disciplined him, but you and I, as Nigerians, have the right to talk about it. And that's where this platform is here. Don't go anywhere. The matter just got started here on the program tonight, everyone. Join us again.